Welcome back. It's Danny Rainmaker Dominguez, the Houston Realtor, and today I'm here with another video that will enhance your life because that is my goal in making these videos. And if you like this video, leave a thumbs up. If you like the content that I've produced, subscribe. And if you have anything to say about the video at all, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me if there's anything else you want to hear or if anything you have to add. So, today, as you guys know, real estate is one of the most common vehicles to build wealth. In fact, 9 out of 10 millionaires became wealthy through real estate. So, with that being said, if you have ever thought about what you need to do or how you can start generating wealth for your future family or for your legacy or for the people that will come after you, then you are at the right place because here are four primary wealth generators at play right now that you will get in real estate that will make you a millionaire. Okay. So, with that being said, I do want to disclose that real estate can, in fact, make you a millionaire. However, it is not guaranteed. Okay. It does take the right investments, it does take the right plan, it does take the right people, and it does take the right strategy. Okay. So, it's not just you invest in real estate and you know, eh, just like that, the day after you are a millionaire. No, you need to know what you're doing. You need to know how to do it. Like any investment, there is risk. Okay. So now I do want to also say that with all of that, you as an average person still have the opportunity to make millions in real estate because many people before you have done it and they were as average or as similar to you in your situation and they've come from many different situations. They've come from all aspects of life, from the super poor to the super rich or super affluent. They've all made money in real estate. So if they can, then you can too, okay? So, with that being said, here are the four wealth generators. Number one is cash flow. Cash flow, if you guys don't know, is that extra income that you get or you get to keep every month or every year after the mortgage is paid. So, in this case, if you have a property and you rent out that property, let's say you have the mortgage at $1,000 and you rent it out for $1,200, then your cash flow is the $200 after the mortgage is paid. Okay. Now, with that being said, you also need to consider many people who buy rental properties just look at the cash flow. They make that mistake in only looking at the money that they get from the mortgage difference and the rent difference and assuming that that is the money that you get to keep. Many people don't calculate or forget to calculate repairs, taxes, capex, vacancies, and any other regular expenses like utilities or maintenance. And that, in many instances, is the demise of many landlords and investors because they don't calculate all of their expenses and therefore they may pay over the asking price to get the property and not calculate the exact amount of rent that is needed in order to cash flow. Okay, so that is a wealth generator, but you need to know how to do it. Okay, you need to factor in all the expenses when you do it. Number two, appreciation. Appreciation is the value of the property over time as it increases. Okay, so everyone knows that when you hold a property and you buy it at X amount in 5, 10, 15 years, the value of the property goes up. Okay. Now, it's not always guaranteed that it goes up. That is the misconception there. It's not always guaranteed. However, historically, it has always gone up. So, what am I saying? In the moment, in certain moments, there is times of fluctuation. However, over time, if you look back in the larger stretch of time, you will see that even though it has gone down, it has always gone down and higher than its previous years. So it's always on the uprise, if that is the right word to use. So what does that do for the investors or people who buy real estate? Well, it increases your wealth because it increases the amount of money or value that the property has. Therefore, if you look at it from the point of view of how much you pay for the property and how much the property is worth at the time you sell it, assuming that you sell it 5, 10, 15 years and during that time the value has gone up, which historically the data shows that it will, then the difference between that is the amount of money or wealth or income that you will have after you sell it. Many, many people and families have built their wealth on this arbitrage, and many people take it for granted. But real estate is one of the few vehicles that allows you to uh, accentuate that uh, time that you have in between you buying the property and you selling the property. Not very many other vehicles have that uh, on their side. So real estate is historically has been one of those uh, uh, vehicles that has been able to do that. And it's interesting that I bring that up about appreciation. Just recently, the home that I bought over there in Sugarland, one of my investment properties, just recently got it appraised, and I just bought it. Maybe I think it was 20. We bought it in 2018. Is when I bought it, and now 2020. Well, we when we first got it appraised, it was worth 420. I bought it for 225, and now just a year and a half, 2 years later, we just got it appraised and it went up in value again. So now it's being appraised at 430, 435. So that's an increase of 10 to 15 grand in little under 2 years. So if you look at it from that standpoint, just me holding on to the property, I increased my wealth by 10 to 15 grand. You know, if you think real estate is expensive, just wait. That's all I can say about that. If you're not holding on to real estate, you are losing money. I'll keep it real with you. You are losing money. Okay. So we move on to number three, tax incentives. Tax incentives is a big one for people who generate large amount of wealth, because if you look at it from the people who are in the higher bracket of the tax uh, structure, then they get charged quite high. Well, if you have real estate, you can defer or write off those taxes. Well, now you make the income and you get to keep more of it by simply having real estate. That's one of the loopholes of the rich is real estate. They park their money in real estate. If you park your money in real estate and know what you're doing, you can defer taxes, which allows you to keep more of your money. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. That is one of the secrets of the rich. All right. So, one of the things that you can do with real estate is you can do what they call is a 1031 exchange, which allows you to sell a property and with those proceeds of that property allows you to roll that money into another property without you having to pay capital gains tax on that income. which is great because that money that they tax you on is a cost, and they'll tax you at the highest bracket depending on how much money you make. And usually it's a good chunk that they take away. Uncle Sam takes away a good chunk of your money whenever you make money on the proceeds. So if you can 1031 exchange that money into another property, not only are you not paying taxes, but you're getting another property, which you can then increase that money by appreciation. So I mean, the real estate is where it's at, man. And lastly, number four, loan pay down, which is pretty self-explanatory. You buy a property at a certain mortgage. If by the end of the term, your mortgage should be paid off, which usually is 30 years, and now the property should be worth a lot more than when you bought it. So now you make all your money back plus profit. Most people don't wait 30 years to sell the property, and most people don't pay off the mortgage themselves. The great thing about real estate is that you can buy the property and not have to pay for it. So you can put someone else in that home, like a tenant, and have them pay off, sorry, your mortgage for you. In in essence, they're paying. It's almost like they're paying you as you build up that equity. So it's a win-win. They get to live in a place and have a home, and you get to build equity and also hopefully cash flow. You know, real estate is one of the most easily accessible ways or vehicles to increase and take you to the level that you want to be at financially, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, because it increases your weight and quality of life by providing you income and uh, generational wealth throughout time. Not many things are able to do that. So now there's a couple of things I do want to notate. The two that don't apply to another strategy because this strategy is more towards buy and hold. Let's say you want to fix and flip. Well, obviously the loan pay down would not apply to you. That benefit would not apply. The tax incentives may not apply as much. The 1031 exchange applies, but a lot of the other ones don't. And of course, the cash flow does not apply, right? Because you're fixing it up and then quickly selling it for a profit. However, you still, I mean, you might not get those benefits, but you're getting a large chunk of change from the sale of that property. So, I mean, what are the negatives really, right? So, with that being said, those are the four primary wealth generators that will make you a millionaire. Let's review. Number one, cash flow. Okay. Number two, appreciation. Number three, tax incentives. And number four, loan paydown. If you have any questions or anything else to add to this, make sure you leave a comment below, like this video, subscribe to this channel, and let me know if I can do anything to help. All right. Talk to you guys. See you on the next one. Peace.